In the beginning of Dark Souls, you're saved from an eternal imprisonment by a nobleman of Astora. Soon after, you find him dying, having been attacked by the monster warden of the asylum. He abdicates to you an old family saying that an undead is fated to leave the asylum and learn the truth of the undead curse. Shortly afterwards, he perishes. Were it not for his intervention, you'd remain locked away for all time. Inspired by his work, I developed a method of starting the game by taking on his equipment and picking up where he left off.
And I can die with hope in my heart.
Alright, so the first things you're going to want to do is when making your character, make sure you set him to Knight, because that offers the best stats for this particular strategy. And you need the Master Key. That's the most important part of this. Also, something else I highly recommend is before you leave the asylum, right after or before you meet Oscar, open this door. It's very helpful for later. Anyways, once you get to Firelink Shrine, put 3 points into your faith. You'll see why later, but you'll have it just enough to do all that. Anyways, you're going to want to go straight down into New Londo Ruins. And on your way down, before you go down the stairs, I recommend picking up this Soul of the Nameless Soldier, just because at this point of the game it's very helpful. And you're going to want to head straight through here and use the Master Key to open up this door. You'll end up in the Valley of Drakes, turn around, pick up that other soul, and you're going to come down this little narrow winding way, across this bridge, and you're going to see a giant zombie dragon, which I have to give credit. I've never imagined that before in my life, before this game. Anyways, you're going to want to take off your torso piece and your leggings. I'm not sure about the head and hands, but those are the two less sneaky parts of your armor. And you're going to want to walk carefully between here, pick up the Astora straight sword off of that, and then do nothing else. I've tried picking up the other stuff there. Every time I just wakes the dragon up and I just get totally slapped, and it's not fun. Anyways, you're going to want to put back on your armor just for safety reasons, and you'll see that you can use this Astora straight sword now. It's got a very nice moveset, and it's what Oscar uses, so that's why we're getting it. And you can't use it without 14 faith, which is why we level that up, so we're just at the part where we can use it. Anyways, run past these guys. They're not too much trouble. You don't want to fight them, but they're not hard to run past. And anyways, after them, you come in here, and there's an elevator right here, very conveniently placed. Just, we can head up straight to where we want to go next. Okay, and so you're going to come here. There's going to be a bonfire. I do not recommend sitting at any of these bonfires. I just did though, but if you're not confident in your ability to survive, don't sit at any of them. If you are confident, then do. But yeah, anyways, you're going to come out and you're going to get immediately attacked by this dude who's he's pretty tough. You're not really supposed to be here at this stage of the game, but if you get him into a nice pattern, you can just start backstabbing the crap out of him and parrying him and whatnot. There's going to be a couple more guys we can see. This is the only guy that's like right in your path for this particular route. Although you can't outrun him. I think this is the first time I've actually just decided, whatever, I'm just going to fight him. He drops a blue Titanite chunk, which isn't too helpful, and then you can get the Grass Crest shield, which is, kind of helpful. But as you come up here, you're going to want to be careful and slow down to a walk. And don't go this direction. This is the wrong direction. Wait, or is it? Nope, it's the right direction. Never mind. Yeah, this place is a bit confusing, but yeah, you might want to take off your torso piece and your leggings again, because there's going to be something up here where we're going to want to sneak onto. Anyways, you can pick this stuff up. I don't really have a use for it. The longbow, though, is pretty useful, especially if you want to cheat on the one hard boss of the DLC. But, yeah, this is the guy you want to kill. He drops a couple of Twinkling Titanite and large Titanite shards, which are going to be very helpful if you want to upgrade your stuff later in the game. Particularly the stuff we're getting through this little path that we're taking. And you're just going to continue along. It's a fairly straight path, and then you're going to come here to this little fork in the road. And you're going to fight these demonic bushes, or no, demonic foliage is what they're called. I thought that's kind of just hilarious. anyways, we want to watch out because they're actually pretty tough and they will kill you if you're not careful. But your new sword that you have is also pretty tough as well. So use the right trigger attack and it's actually pretty powerful. Anyways, you don't want to go here yet. I got a little lost. You want to turn back and you're going to want to head the other way. And yeah, we're going to go back there later though. That's definitely an important part of where we're going. But you're going to want to head this way and turn right, and there's going to be more of those big bushes. There's one right here you can attack before it even pops out on its own, and you're going to fight two more. Just be careful, don't die. Like I said, it's actually, yeah, you can sit at the bonfire, whatever bonfire you want. It's just, I forgot that the route we're taking. But yeah, this is definitely pretty good way, and you're not going to go through that door on the right, just ignore it. Attack this. There's a little bonfire here. You can sit at this bonfire too if you want. It's just a matter of opinion. But anyways, as we head down here, don't go down that path to the right. There's something there you can get, but I found it's totally not worth it. It just spawns a bunch of 5 dudes that will attack you every time you run past there, whether you go that direction or not. Instead, go through the giant fog wall and be very careful here. You're going to want to pick up what's on that body, but there's bushes to the left, giant soldiers to the right, there's another bush in front of you, so pick it up and run. And don't stop running, because these guys will follow you to the end of the friggin' earth. So, yeah, watch out for, just keep running. You might want to take off your stuff if you're feeling like you really want to run. I didn't take off my stuff because I felt, okay, well, I think I can outrun these guys. Turns out I can't. You're gonna see them, like, follow me. Or will you? I don't know. Maybe I've done this. Oh yeah, there they are. Yeah, because I've done this about 3 or 4 times. This is probably my 4th time doing this. And this is the first time where when I got the sword off of, like, next to that dragon, this is the first time when I didn't wake him up and instantly die. So this is probably the first time I've done this entire thing without dying, which is actually a big deal once we get to later on. Yeah, and also pick up that soul on that body. You can't really see it when you're going through the first time, but on the way back you'll see it because it's behind a rock. And anyways, head back through here and then to that structure that I was talking about earlier where we were going to be coming back. You're just going to want to head through here, and there's going to be a giant big stone guy that you're just going to completely ignore because he is a major pain in the butt and you don't want to fight him. And anyways, we're going to come up here and a nice little resting spot with a nice man with a well-oiled chest, and you're going to want to put on all of your fancy new armor. And there you go, the Elite Knight armor. It's what Oscar wears at the beginning of the game. And so now we're 50% done with what we want to achieve by the end of this little run. You can upgrade your sword if you want. I chose not to because it's pretty expensive at this point. And you can, anyways, your armor, you can't upgrade any of it right now. But this armor, it's just a step up in terms of defense and whatnot from your regular knight armor that you start out with. But once you get it to plus 10 by the end of the game, it is probably one of the best armor of the game, I would argue, because there's the typical, like, highest defense armors in the game, and this, once you fully upgrade it, is just shy of what those armors can give you in terms of defense, but it's way lighter, so you have much more mobility. And anyways, you're just gonna come out here, kill these guys. They're not tough, easy to kill. The guy that is tough, though, is the guy that's gonna be on our right. He is a bit tough, but if you use your strong attack, your right trigger attack on him, he goes down pretty fast, because the sword we have is just a beast at this early in the game. And you're going to want to pick up this Firekeeper Soul, very important, and he's going to give you a Titanite shard, which will allow you to upgrade one of your things, your pieces of armor, which is pretty nice. And as we come down this little elevator, you're going to want to take off certain things, because you're going to want to make a little jump here, and you're going to want to walk off onto this little ledge when we're back at Firelink Shrine where we started, which is why I remembered, oh yeah, we don't necessarily need to do anything. Anyways, you're going to want to make a roll or a jump off of here. I totally failed it. I'm playing this game at 60 frames per second, which is something this is the first time I've actually done it. I think that might have been why I didn't make that jump. It might also be because this is a PC version, and I just started playing the PC version because I just got a new computer. I've been playing the Xbox version up until this point. This is my first playthrough of the PC version, so maybe there's something else beyond just having it set to 60 frames a second, which I'm aware breaks the game, breaks the collision of some parts, like in the beginning battle against the first, like, little boss. You try to jump on him, and you just go right through him, and other stuff. And there's also a couple of points where, while I was making this video, both of the times when I decided to end the video, in the recording session, once I exited the bonfire menu when I was sitting at a bonfire, it wouldn't let me sit up, and I just was kind of like sitting around doing nothing. You'll see it like in a few seconds, but yeah, if you fail that jump, don't worry, just come down. You can kill those skeletons because the sword you have does magic damage as an auxiliary effect, which means that those skeletons normally they respawn, but this sword makes it so that they don't. So you can just go down there and pick up that stuff. Anyways, use all of these souls you get some, and then use all of them to get more souls, and you can upgrade a bit more. I recommend putting as much as you can into endurance at this point, because the armor you're wearing is heavy, and before you leave, you're going to want to come downstairs and over here, and you're going to want to reinforce your Estus flask with that Firekeeper Soul, which is going to make it more powerful, heal more. Very, very convenient. Anyways, I came up here and I decided, you know what, I'm going to reverse Halloween. I'm going to use the humanity and become a human. But, yeah. Well, actually, no, I didn't. Okay, I am so confused. This is long. This takes a while. But anyways, this was probably like my 5th or 6th attempt. I kept having trouble. I eventually just had to jump it, and I got, like, lucky here. Anyways, once you do that, though, you're going to encounter your first nemesis, this strange little bump that prevents you from walking forward. You're going to want to roll. Then there's going to be a second one. You're going to want to roll again. And you're going to come up here, and you're going to want to roll on top of this rooftop before you do anything else. Be careful of, like, getting into the point where you can't jump, and pick up this key. This key is going to be very helpful for you and something totally unrelated to what we're doing here, but I highly recommend picking it up because it's going to allow you access to something that's going to make your life a lot easier in a certain notorious part of the game. You're going to want to come up to this little nest here and curl up into a ball, wait about 30 seconds, and then you're going to get picked up by the same crow that picked you up in the beginning of the game, which is, I don't understand what curling up into a ball in this nest or whatever, like, prompts the crow to come pick you up, but you get this cool little cutscene. Yeah! And, yep. So, fly back, and you're dropped off right in the game. There's another nest here for some reason. I don't know when that was made. Looks like it was made a while ago, but for some reason it's here now. Anyways, you're going to want to switch to back to your shield and sword and whatnot. And these guys, be careful, because these guys are huge. Like, these guys are way tougher than they look, because they do fire damage, which your armor doesn't defend against very well at this point. Like, see, look at that, I just got totally owned by that guy. I have killed all of these guys before without getting hit once, but this was not the time. Because normally you're not supposed to come back here this early in the game. This is like sort of an optional side area for later on once you've leveled up more and gotten maybe upgraded your equipment more. So yeah, you're going to want to be very careful around these guys and around this entire place in general. Yeah, the body physics in this game are ridiculous, and that guy just flew. Yeah, and then there's all the messages from the beginning of the game, which I find kind of interesting. Anyways, you're going to want to walk around the perimeter of this room because you're going to fall, the ground's going to cave in beneath you if you go into the center, and you're going to not like what you find down there, I can guarantee it, especially at this point in the game. But you're going to want to just kill these guys. And then there's a bonfire from before. Do not sit at this bonfire. Instead, go through the door that I told you to open at the beginning of the game, because it's going to offer you a shortcut right back to where we originally met our friend. He's right here, and he is not very tough, but he's gone hollow. He's lost his sanity, and now he's trying to kill him. But he's pretty easy to parry, so just keep parrying him, and then you'll eventually beat him. It's kind of sad. This game has a lot more sadness than Dark Souls 2, I will give it that, especially in the beginning when this guy's talking to you. It's kind of more emotional than anything I've seen in Dark Souls 2. Anyways, once you defeat him, drop an item, which is the Crest Shield. Offer a moment of silence for our beloved friend without whom we would not be here today. Alright, and then drop the sentiment, and anyways, oh yeah, watch out, this guy just came out of nowhere and just started beating the crap out of me. Anyways, at this point you're going to want to, you can do one of two things. One, you can return to where you came from, or you can do what I'm about to do and do a couple of optional things first. The first thing you're going to want to do is, you're going to want to go back up the stairs and get totally owned by that ball like I did. I remembered it when I was here the first time before I fought Oscar, and then I forgot about it when I came back because I remembered what else I wanted to do here. You're gonna want to fight these guys. They're a bit tougher than they were before. You can also equip the Crest Shield if you want. It doesn't have as good stability and fire and lightning resistance as the shield you start out with, but it has much better magic resistance. And then you're going to want to fight these guys. There's two of them now. They're tougher. But with the key that we got on that roof, we can open up this door that was previously locked. And we can come here and we can get the Rusted Iron Ring, which sounds like crap, and it kind of makes sense. I don't really understand the logic behind how it functions, but it allows you to run through water and mud and stuff, much like as if it wasn't there, which is very helpful in many parts of the game. So I would highly recommend picking it up, like just while we're here. Anyways, you're going to want to come through here, and there's going to be another one of these guys, and this guy's pretty tough. He starts kicking my butt, but he's pretty easy to parry and backstab and whatnot, so just take some time, have some patience, and you can get him. And the reason I do this is because, one, they give you a lot of souls, which allows you to level up more, and two, they drop some kind of important stuff. I mean, they drop these like red and blue and white Titanite chunks, which, well, that's not very important, but the last time I did this, one of the guys dropped a Black Knight shield, which is a very nice shield to have. It has the highest fire resistance in the game at 95, so you only take 5% of the damage that you would normally be receiving with fire, which is helpful for certain bosses. And normally I don't get it until the very, very end of the game, where these guys drop stuff very easily, like, it's ridiculously, like, common. But I got it here, and the last time I did it, and I also got it here again. So I would highly recommend trying it. You can't jump that, you gotta go down the stairs, which is kind of annoying to me, I don't know. But anyways, after you get that guy, you're going to want to go back down to where you were first imprisoned, to your cell, and we're going to get a couple of things down there. I don't slide down the ladder here because, again, I'm playing at 60 frames a second, and I've yet to figure out why I shouldn't, but I've been told not to slide down ladders. Again, it has something to do with the collision and setting the game to 60 frames a second. I don't know, I imagine I'm probably going to either glitch out where I can't get off the ladder, or I'm going to slide through the floor, I don't know. Anyways, we're going to have another guy down here, just totally, like, cheat on him, like, just totally in the most ridiculous way, just parry him. Parrying is really easy to do in Dark Souls 1, as opposed to Dark Souls 2, where it's nearly impossible. I don't know, I don't think it should be this easy, but it shouldn't be as hard as it is in Dark Souls 2, because in Dark Souls 2 it's pretty much, like, not worth it because of how ridiculous the timing is on so many things. So, anyways, yeah, just keep parrying this guy, or whatever. You might want to have the tower shield on, or tower kite shield on for these guys, just in case, like, you want to block them, because you're going to have a bit more stability and not get much stamina. But yeah, see, this guy dropped the Black Knight shield. You can't use it right now because you need 16 strength to equip it and use it effectively. But anyways, you're going to want to pick up that peculiar doll. It's going to be interesting for a part of the game. Yeah, see, it offers really high fire and lightning, and it does has much better stability than anything else we have in our inventory. So, if you want to use it, like I said, we got the crest shield because we're trying to set up this Oscar of Astora cosplay, so to speak. So we don't really want to, if you want to divulge from that and use the Black Knight shield if you happen to get it, go ahead. But you don't have to go through all that stuff. You can just use a Homeward Bone like I did here, and you can head straight back to Firelink Shrine without any interruptions, which is why I recommended you don't sit at any of the bonfires back there. Anyways, you can level up your endurance here. That's what I chose to do. And then here I would back out, and I realized I had some more swords I could use. So I used that, and I was able to level up to 20. No, I wasn't. Oh yeah, and then this is when I decided to go and become Reverse the Halloween. And then this is where, after I did so, I got stuck. Like here, look, I Reverse the Halloween. Humanity restored. Back out. And I'm stuck. Normally you're supposed to stand up, but I wasn't for some reason. But yeah. Anyways, that's the 75% part of what we're doing, and this is going to be the last 25%. So what you would do is you would proceed through the game as normal. Using the master key, you would open up the door to the place down here. And I already died once, I think. I think that's why I'm hollowed again. But yeah, I'd recommend putting the Tower Kite shield on, because you're going to want every piece of stability you'll have, because this is tough. And yep, see, I died. Got totally wrecked. And you're gonna come down here and you're gonna fight this guy. This is Havel the Rock, and he's a huge badass. But if you can get him into a nice little combo where you can just keep backstabbing him. And I also had some gold pine resin from a chest from upstairs. I thought I would use that on my sword to help with the damage a bit, but then I realized that since it already does auxiliary magic damage, you can't do anything to it, which is very smart. I like how in this game you can only buff certain weapons, because in Dark Souls 2 it's definitely an issue where every weapon can be buffed, and so whenever you fight another player, it's always like 15 seconds of like, okay, let's just start putting lightning and fire and magic or whatnot on our weapons, and it's just any weapon. But anyways, you're just going to get this guy into a combo. It's going to take a while. It definitely takes some patience, and you're going to want to do this, and you're going to want to be very careful here, because one hit from this guy can and will kill you. I think there was one instance where one of the times I was doing this, I got knocked down to like just a sliver of health, and I managed to... I think it was probably the first time I did this, actually. I got knocked down to like a sliver of health and just barely survived. So you're going to want to be very careful of, making sure that you just keep backstabbing this guy. The timing gets it takes a little bit to get used to, but once you get it down, you can just keep doing this. It's kind of, you kind of really don't have a choice in most situations, because he does so much damage and he has so much defense and poison stuff. He's just super awesome. And anyways, like I was saying earlier, you can get his armor later in the game, but like I was saying, the armor you're wearing is, once you get it to plus 10, you'll be having about as much defense as his armor does, like, give or take, maybe like 10 points total for the entire set, less than, like, 5 points per piece, and but it won't weigh nearly as much, so you won't have to worry about it. But anyways, the reason that we're killing this guy is because we're not going to get his armor yet, or his weapon, or his shield, but we're about to get something that's going to make our lives a bit easier for the time being. Anyways, we're going to get 3,000 souls and Havel's Reign, which is very important because it boosts our equipment load, so it boosts us up to 90, and now we can put my crest shield back on. Now we can roll and sprint and do everything, and we have regular mobility because we're below 50% equip load, which normally we weren't because this armor and equipment is pretty heavy. So yeah, that's a very, very important thing to have this early in the game, so that you have your mobility and you can roll through attacks and whatnot. So it's worth the risk. I will say that you can, forgo fighting Havel, and you can just, deal with the weight and whatnot. Perhaps keep bumping points into endurance, but this allows you to continue to do stuff. Or continue to put points into other places like your strength and dexterity, so you can start doing more damage. Anyways, now we're gonna fight the first boss with all of our newfound equipment. Normally, we'd be fighting this guy with our starting equipment, but we've managed to do a little bit of working around, and now we have equipment we shouldn't have until much later in the game. And this boss, a lot of people have trouble with this boss, but this boss was very easy for me since the beginning, because I could, tell what to do. Anyways, you're gonna run forward here, and he's gonna come down. Yep, there he is. Run back. Last time I fought this guy, though, I did have trouble, and I died to him like 3 times, mostly because of, little game design things in Dark Souls 1 that really annoy me, that thankfully aren't in Dark Souls 2, like phantom damage. But anyways, you come down here and you stab me. Look, we've taken down just about half of his health. Anyways, I attacked him for some reason. I don't know why I did that. But anyways, I rolled through his attack right there, took no damage. Probably couldn't have done that without the ring. Anyways, you're going to want to come back here, and you're going to want to, watch out. Don't do what I just did. You're going to want to run back some more. And watch out for that part right there, because one of the times I died, that I just mentioned, I got knocked, off of that one specific spot. This guy, I don't know how I messed that up, but normally he shouldn't be that close behind us, but thankfully he had attacked at nothing, and we can climb up this ladder back to safety once again. Heal, and then you're going to want to come down and do one more attack on him, and he's just about done. So, and then just stab him with the nuts, and there you go. So, there we go. We've just beaten the first boss, and already we have all of the equipment. We can just proceed for the rest of the game as Oscar of Astora if we want. So, anyways, just continue the game as you please. Do whatever you want. This is all that needs to be done, all that's required. So, thank you, and thanks for watching.